Welcome to Meet the Expert.
Bite size.
Well, there are several methods described in literature. When you check for more or less the golden standard, this would mean radial immunodiffusion. It's more or less a radial immunodiffusion assay in which the antibodies collide together, and you can see some kind of circular ring, and the size of the ring then matches up with the concentration of IgG, which is in the sample that you analyze. It's also possible to check for gel electrophoresis. Then you look more or less at the proteins, how the proteins are divided, and then you especially focus on the gamma globulins, which represent more or less the fraction of immunity on IgG. There are several other methods as well. I think most vets will know the use of the refractometer, just checking for breaking index. It's more or less an assay which you can predict protein very, very accurately with. And the majority of protein, again, is then IgG. And a few years ago, also in the USA, they found this new method. It's called the immunogrid assay. And this immunogrid assay is very well accurate in comparison with radial immunodiffusion or gel electrophoresis. Well, refractometry is a little bit less accurate. It's more or less indirect, predicting the protein concentration. And there are several methods as well, like zinc turbidity, some other methods to
What
assess
about ELISAs?
IgG.
Can we use ELISA for this?
There are ELISAs available, but you really need a very specialized lab to help you with the accurate determination of the IgG. The disadvantage of the ELISAs is they have there's a relative small scale in which you have this linear correlation between concentration and the ELISA output. More or less on the beginning, on the lower concentration and higher concentrations, this linearity does not exist anymore. So the lab has to make the dilution to be within this linear scope of the ELISA. And it's a lot of time, but also a lot of know-how how to operate this dilutions, etc. So in practice, you can, when you have a very fast ELISA and you don't want to make the dilutions according as they should be, it's relative unreliable data.